Good morning, everyone. This is Gagan Sarkaria live here on Friday, April 18th morning with our Inspired Insights live stream. I welcome you here with my partner and consultant, Armen Setaghyan from Armenia. How are you, Armen?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. Thank you, Gagan. How are you?
I'm good. It's amazing, tax season and trying to get into the numbers and bookkeeping and filing taxes. So it's been that week of like crunch time, crunch time. I haven't done it yet, but I will get it done. I had to file extension, but anyways, there's one thing that I've realized, this week with exams and all my kids trying to finish their semesters and going into board exams that there is no such thing as failure, only feedback.
That's
So,
good.
so we just have to look up at our past experiences and see how people give us feedback or how universe gives us feedback to then take that next step forward and consider where are we going? Do we need a course correction or do we need to just keep going forward? And before we went live, Arman, just like how we were talking about that, how expensive it is to live in the United States and how expensive it can be retirement. And if we, in our age group, we are not mindful and determined and cognizant of how can you be debt free so that when you get to that retirement age, you have enough wealth created that your money makes money so that you don't have to struggle to make money. So
Yes.
you can't be thinking of your karmic tasks and programs and having this feeling that of regret that I wish I knew or I wish I could do something different or I wish I could have had better relationships. That regret and guilt can actually eat you up sooner and your time can come faster. So in today's session, we're going to talk about karmic programs, karmic tasks, money codes, amazing stuff. So with further ado, I'm going to kickstart our session to walk you guys through as to what we are talking about today on this beautiful Friday morning. My name is Gagan Sarkaria. I'm a high achievement business coach. I'm a certified Chinese metaphysics practitioner based out of Texas, and I'm the owner of Gagan Sarkaria International Consulting Group. When I say international consulting group, we have clients in over 13 countries. We have been serving different groups of individuals, organizations, and businesses. We are assisting them as determined entrepreneurs and business owners to achieve remarkable success. William is not here today. He's based out of Singapore. He has a family obligation, so he has to take care of that first. So I'm here with Armen, who is in Yerevan, Armenia, and I'm in Texas. A little bit about Armen, since he's our keynote speaker today, and he's going to continue with his presentation. But I want to introduce you all to him and him to you, that he is a certified Chinese metaphysics practitioner based out of Armenia. But besides the Chinese metaphysics practitioner, he's a transformational business coach. He actually helps organizations and businesses transform their sales and leadership capacities to next levels. He has worked in various positions in different industries and has created amazing results for the organizations and people he has worked in Armenia. He's a certified numerologist and focuses on karmic numerology. One of my favorite topics is karma and how can you do ancestral healing. And that combination of numerology and karma is an amazing combination. And layering it with Chinese metaphysics, which is over 2,000-year-old modalities, that is a great combination. He is a part of my Gagan Sarkaria International group of consultants. Last week, Armen talked about what are karmic tasks based on your day of birth. So today's session is a continuation, but if you haven't watched last session, the link is going to be in the description of this video. Make sure you watch that as well. So today, he's got a continued session, but a little twist here. How birthday numbers reveal the negative personality traits and psychological tendencies. So when you talk about hiring people, when you talk about coaching and mentoring people, when you talk about parenting, when you talk about dating, maybe, so you can, through the science and the modality of karmic numerology, just by their day of birth, can get to certain conclusions that, oh, this person has these as strengths and weaknesses. But what about a negative personality traits? What happens when there is no filter and there is stress or there is something happening? How can that person respond or react to a situation? So, Armen, I'm excited about today's topic. We all talk about good stuff. Today, we're going to talk about not so good stuff. So, please, the mic is yours. Take us in. Thank you so much for this session. I appreciate you, and the wisdom and the knowledge that you share with our community is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Gagan, for introduction. So yes, as you mentioned, everything is it's in duality. So everything has positive and negative sides. So we already talked about the positive sides. Today is the time to talk about the negative sides as well. So guys, welcome everybody, and today's session, and where we'll explore the fascinating connections between personality traits, psychological patterns, and the hidden influences of numerology. So, have you ever wondered why certain behaviors feel ingrained in your nature, or why some emotional challenges keeps resurfacing in your life? So, today we'll dive deep into how core aspects of your identity, your strengths, struggles, and even subconscious tendencies can be understood through the lens of numerology. By decoding the vibrational energies of your day of birth, we will uncover how numbers shape your personality, emotional responses, and recurring psychological dynamics. Whether you're seeking self awareness, personal growth, or tools to help others, this session will bridge psychology and unconventional wisdom to reveal a unique path to transformation. So let's begin this journey into the self, where numbers meet our minds. Okay, guys. So as I said, first of all, we need to today we're going to discuss the negative personality traits and also personality related psychological issues. For that, we need to take consideration our day of birth. Okay, so we take only day of birth. And let me once again remind you guys that we are considering only numbers from 1 to 9. And if your day number has 2 digits, it means that you need to add those digits in order to get a single number. For example, if your date, let's say your birthday day is 19. So 19 equals 1 plus 9 equals 10. So 10 is again 2-digit number. So we need to add numbers once again. So 1 plus 0 equals 1. So final number that we need to take into consideration to do the analysis, it's number 1. In your case, it can be 2, 3, 4, up to 9. I hope you understood the way of calculation. So now let's start from number 1. Okay, if your day of birth is 1 or equals to 1, so here are the negative traits that you can have. First, negative traits related to number 1 are about cunning manipulator. As a negative has selfish goals, dishonest with himself, weak-willed and goes with the flow, a gossip or a silent person, a know-it-all, can live at someone else's expenses, or talks a lot of irrelevant things. Can be a bad teacher, a conspirator, a disrespectful attitude towards teachers and also towards to other people around him, her, excessive individualism, egocentrism, problems in communication, recognition only of one's own importance and uniqueness, has a high pride, and sometimes can be impatient. This is about the negative personality traits regarding number 1. Also, we have personality-related psychological issues regarding number 1. So if your day number is 1 or equals to 9, so this number speaks of problems associated with difficult relationships with brothers and sisters, both siblings and cousins, peers, regardless of a person's age, as well as problems with son, problems in finding one's place in society, often informs about a person's immaturity or infantile behavior in general. There may be problems with identifying one's own gender as well. May indicate problems in constructing precise statements, presenting one's views of or fear of public speaking as well. There can be problems with reading or acquiring new knowledge. Let's go to the next number. So if your day of birth is 2 or equals to 2, so the negative personality traits regarding number 2 are this person who is unable to keep secrets, can be a person who is unable to keep secrets, hides a lot of things, has double standards, disharmony, coldness, frigidity, intrigues, gossip, a lot of this kind of things, okay? Can control others through weaknesses, involves more people in different kinds of situations, excessive emotionality, dishonesty, jealousy, escape from reality in alcohol, in drugs. Sometimes this kind of, we call these people also, if they're in their negative zone, there can be energy vampires as well. Now let's discover what are the psychological issues regarding number 2. This number 2, informs about problems arising in relations with mother, about her destructive influence on the human psyche. It can be an authoritarian mother, but also too compliant, who instead of raising the child, spoiled him or her. Problems in relations with sisters, problems in the perception of women who participated in the upbringing, as well as women of the in the family. Additionally, this number can report a lack of contact with nature, a violation of the biological rhythm, and blockages caused by the influence of teachers, educators, or other women related to the person's occupation as well. So this is all about number 2. Now let's go to the next number, number 3. If your day of birth is number 3 or equals to 3, so negative personality traits that you can have are the passivity, laziness, vanity, bad taste, extra pounds, capriciousness, financial greed, excessive attachment to material things, possessive and egoistic in relationships, constantly demands attention, bad housewife, can be, indulges weakness, doesn't know when to stop, dissatisfaction, sexual problems, jealous for women, complexes related to appearance as well. The psychological aspects related to this number are, this number indicates problems with femininity. It's ignoring the femininity, or on the contrary, excessive attention to one's appearance. Perhaps a woman perceives herself exclusively as a lover or mother, without taking into account any other roles that she can try on in the game of this life. Okay. Often it's in men, it simply indicates problems in relationships with the opposite gender, opposite sex. Meaning women.
So Armen, men and women can have different problems, right? So when
Yes.
you're looking at somebody whose day of birth equals 3, whether it's they were born on 3 or they're born on the 12th, right? Or 21 of a month, this will apply to them in a general basis. that they might have issues with their own feminine energy. And people will say, oh, I'm a man, so that wouldn't apply to me. I think it would, right? Because men also have a softer, nurturing side to them, or if they don't develop that, then that could be a problem, because they are not in touch with their own softer, gentle side,
Mhm.
which they should be. Because if they ignore it, then the psychological issues are going to start to happen. Because if you're not in touch with your own inner yin energy, then you will not be able to connect to the outer yin energy, whether that is your partner, your siblings, your mother, right? Because or maybe your boss, right? You might have a female boss, and if you are going to have issues with the boss, you know what's going to happen then. Do you think that this could be issues with authority also?
It can be, because sometimes, Gagan, authority, no, but if the man, if let's say we have a man whose day number equals or is 3 or equals to 3, right? So this man, as in numerology, number 3 is the image of number 3 is the image of queen. So yes, so it means that this person perceives himself or herself as a higher level person, okay, as a queen, for
A
instance. Yeah,
superiority
superior.
complex.
Yes, superior. So what comes from here? What conclusion we can do? The conclusion is this person is egocentric, can
Hmm.
be egocentric, can be can have a very high esteem, of ambitious,
Hmm.
more ambitious, and this will bring other issues related to in terms of relationships. If a man has number 3, so this is a little bit complicated. Why? Because the energy is a yin energy, which is a women energy, right? And when a man has this number and he doesn't know how to deal with this number, and um, somehow he activated a negative side of the program,
Hmm.
it will bring a lot of problems in relationships and with the opposite sex, because this is how it works, the system works.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank you. Thank you for the insight.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now let's go to the next number, which is number 4. If your birthday is number 4 or equals to 4, so the negative traits are being a rude, conflictual, lazy, authoritarian, uncompromising, desire to live at someone else's expenses, irresponsible, weak-willed, passive, okay, and also it refers to problems related to associated with father, because number 4 represents a father. It's a figure of father, and sometimes such kind of situations can be in your case if your number is number 4. These people, they usually are despotic leaders. Okay, if they're a leader, they're despotic leaders. Doesn't take into account the opinions of others' opinions. Afraid of difficulties, and sometimes bad organizers. Okay, bad managers, bad leaders, and bad organizers. Psychological issues regarding number 4. This number indicates excessive. A very excessive character, okay, or character or problems of a sexual nature that can affect relationships in a couple. So maybe abusive relationships can be bullying, etc. These kind of things are more common for number 4. Often the card at this number also indicates problems in relationship with members of the opposite gender, okay, because number 4 is more controlling, more yang energy, and more controlling, and or sometimes over controlling. And please be cautious about this. If you have number 4, try to communicate with people. Try to be more gentle when you are controlling or want to control
And,
people.
and I and I totally agree with you that this is a yin and a yang balance that we have to be mindful of. Uh,
Hmm.
just because you're born on this day, or your day of birth equals this number, doesn't mean that you have activated the negative traits. The
Yes.
understanding of the negative traits and the positive ones that we also talked about last week basically helps us become a whole person. So that under stress, because the wiring is there, it's like under stress, we might get triggered, and then the negative will shine. So if we are mindful of the negative and the positive, then we can take a break, we can breathe in and out for a few seconds before we react, right? So, or come back and deal with the situation when we are calmer. Just knowing this, it's very helpful to me, because when I deal with people, or I'm raising my kids, or I'm trying to solve a problem, numerology comes as a great tool, which is simple and very effective in understanding people and
Yes.
skills.
Let me bring me another example, Gagan, regarding number four. If you're a woman, and you have number four, even if you're a man, it doesn't matter. So it means that the yang energy is too high. Okay, so the level of energy, yang energy, is too high in you. So how can you deal with this? Okay, redirect that energy to your career. Okay, so redirect it to your career, to your business. In that way, you're going to succeed in your career. Okay, and you will have some balance in your life. Because if you're not working, let's say you're a woman, you have number four, and you're not working, the whole yang energy will be redirected to your spouse, to your kids. I don't want to explain what's going to happen, but you already understood. So that's why, if you have number four, it's crucial for you to work,
Yeah,
even to be an employee, or have your own business. It doesn't matter. You need to redirect that energy to your work, into
correct.
your work,
Yeah,
rather than to the family relationships, to your social circle. In that way, in that way, there will be a win-win situation. Like, your career will win, and your relationships will be protected.
of course,
So
of
this
course.
is the way. Yeah, this is the way to coordinate. This is the way to manage the energies. Okay.
That's true. That's a great example. And I know one of my kids has number four, and he is athletic and all about sports. And if he doesn't, I can see that he's not in sync with his own energy. So he has to go out and play every day, uh, 2 hours, basketball or soccer or football or something, to get that energy out of him, and then he's calm and he's like balanced that way. So that's a great example. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what about the psychological issues regarding number four?
Oh, no,
As
no, no. Go back to the slide. We just started number five.
sorry, guys. I just Okay. So, personality related
Number
psychological
five.
issues. Number five.
Yes, we start here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Number five. So, number five, if you have number five as your day of birth, or your day of birth equals to five, so it talks about unwillingness to use new technologies, not being innovative, and doesn't want to learn new things. It can be bad teacher, violates social norms, denial of the new, false teacher sometimes. Um, and also, it talks about searching the authority all the time, and problems with studies and with teachers. Lack of desire to learn, believes that education will not give anything. There isn't important in studying new things. And sometimes these kind of people, they have double standards. Okay, thirst for power over people, can have bad relationships with father, and sometimes they can use a black magic as well. Regarding psychological issues, this number five, informs about problems in relationships with the father, first of all, both in the past and in the present as well. It talks about his destructive influence on a person. It can also indicate problems with learning, complexes caused by the lack of necessary education, or, on the contrary, the rejection of those values that good knowledge gives, subject to the influence of authorities. Now let's go to number 6. So number 6, if you have 6 as your day number, or equals your number equals to 6, it talks about negative aspects. Afraid to trust. Okay, these people, they usually afraid to trust. They can be jealous, quick-tempered, indecisive, problem with choice. Okay, they always need to do a choice. Okay, they need to do it. There is always a dilemma. Okay, in their life, so cannot make the right choice. This is their biggest problem, the huge problem that they can have in their life.
Like
Often,
they get stuck in decision-making process.
yes. Their main problem is they don't know how to do the right decision, which one is good for them. Okay, there is always a dilemma. Okay, that's why it's a little bit stressing, complicated, etc. So they often can change their partners, and sometimes they can choose a wrong partner. That's why they are, they can't choose the right partner, and sometimes they need to change in order to find a suitable one. But the main problem, another problem that these people have is when they look and accept people on base of their appearance, not on base of their knowledge, values.
Yes, I understand that piece. It's more surface level.
Yes, surface level.
So they don't spend time enough to really understand the other person or situation's depth or breadth, like to make the right decision. Okay.
They don't go in relationship. They don't go too deep. They just see what the appearance. It's a beautiful body, beautiful appearance, and that's it. Okay, nothing else.
Yeah.
And another negative aspect is obsession with her appearance, constant diets, too athletic body, capricious, and increased demands on himself, herself, trying to change something on appearance all the time. This is how they can behave in a negative way. The psychological issues regarding number 6. This number 6 talks about of problems associated with creating the right partnerships. First of all, the continuation of destructive relationships and the tendency toward obsessive passion. Lower show that a person either doesn't know how to build a healthy relationship or subconsciously seeks a partner with whom he or she will not be able to build one from the start. Okay. In addition, this number may indicate that this person is indecisive, hesitant, and unable to make his own choice. So for those of you who has number 6, guys, learn how to make decisions, right decisions. Maybe some you need to take some courses or regarding how to do analysis. Okay. Or maybe why not? You can learn numerology and try to understand how to do the better choice. Okay, how to do the right choice in order not to be badly affected. Okay, after that, when you've done your choices. So now let's go to number 7. Okay, if you have number 7 as your day of birth, or it equals to 7, so negative traits regarding this number are hot-tempered, angry, very focused on negative emotions, constant breakdowns of agreements, aggression, hostility. All life has a battlefield, like these warriors. Okay, number 7, we call this number warriors number, and that's why they can be, all the time, like in a battle. Yes,
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm number 7. Like,
you're number 7. Okay. There
all
can be self-confidence, okay, self-confident manipulators ready to demolish everything in his path, in her or in his path, for the sake of his goals, okay, and the other extreme, lack of movement, lack of goals, empathy, depression, lack of faith in yourself and your goals, passiveness, indecisiveness, fear of success. Also, can be if you have number 7 as your day of birth.
I'll tell
So,
you, Armin, this week I have a cousin here locally. There's a personal challenge going on. So he sought advice, and we were on a road trip just to go to a place. Long story short, after being in the car and stuck in traffic and stuff for like almost 4 hours, going, coming, spending time, like we were together for 4 hours, I got to the core situation of his challenge and his struggle and what could be the next steps, right? So somebody's just being nasty to him and being unfair, and when you mess up with people's livelihood, and I'm saying this from both sides of the situation where I've been in other people's shoes, and I could empathize, when you are broke, or I'm not saying that he's broke, but when you get to that feeling that, oh my gosh, you don't have an income, or somebody owes you what, $50,000 and they haven't paid you, right? Now, and you can see that they're paying other people, but they're not paying you, people will reveal their true nature when things are tight or when things go haywire. Like when people are in a sticky, bad situation, their true character will surface, right?
yes.
And I've been hearing the situation. So, long story short, you talk about this warrior spirit. On our way back, I was so upset. Like, I didn't lose my temper or anything, but I was like really livid. I could feel my blood boiling. That how can people treat other people so unfairly and mess up with their livelihood? When you are an income earner, the sole income provider for a family, and you have little kids, and the other people in the society, they just want to take advantage of your word or your talents or your skill sets or your giving nature, that you forgot to read the fine print, or you did business on a handshake, and somebody else is nasty and they want to take advantage of your decency and your integrity. It really makes me upset. So, and he's from the military.
Oh,
Okay, so he's from the military. So I had to ask him one question. I said, "Bro, let me ask you one thing. When you go to war, when your orders come and you go to the front lines, do you go to the front lines prepared with your drills, with your ammunition, with everything, because you're going to war, whether war happens or not, right? You are prepared to go to war. Isn't that how it is?" Yes. I said, then how is the civilian life any different?
correct.
Somebody messes with your border, which is your household. What do? You go to war fully prepared. So I had to give him certain different perspective to say, business, life, relationships, your brand in the market, your way of doing life and jobs and work, or growing a business or going to war is not different. And it's coming from this warrior spirit that you mess with my life, I'm going to war. I will not initiate it, but you mess up with my life or my business or my relationships, then it's a war. Whether it happens or not, that's the second thing. But I'm going to be prepared as a warrior, because I'm going to butcher them, because this is a war of ethics, a war of humanity, a war of love, a war of money, So that warrior spirit comes in. But I think I have been able to, over the last 2 decades, channel that energy in a healthy manner so that it doesn't come out as a negative trait, more as an emergency survival trait, so that
Yes.
otherwise, if you keep that energy inside, it can affect your health
Sure. Definitely. It
because it
will.
turns into a stress then. And
Yes.
stress is the root cause of pretty much 96% of the diseases that
Mhm.
have been identified worldwide. Stress and inflammation in the body. So if that energy, the negative energy keeps boiling in, and you don't have an outlet, it will transpire into poor health. So I encourage everybody to take this information as a healthy mindset, as an awareness that, okay, and do a self-assessment. Like I'm telling you, my energy is number 7, and that warrior spirit comes out under stress sometimes. So I have to have the right channel. So people will say, why do you work so much and why do you have multiple projects? Well, my money code, Armen knows, I do that, and I am very true to my code. And with the awareness, I know that if I'm under stress and I have that warrior spirit boiling in, what am I going to do? Am I going to go fight with people? Maybe I can go for a walk, or I could go to the gym and release that energy, or I can channel that energy to my business, to my projects, to my creative workflow, and find solutions. Because I know one thing, that preparation beats planning any day, any situation. If you are prepared to move forward, whether it's the battleground or your household or your debt elimination or your building wealth, if you are prepared and you have the knowledge and you apply it, knowledge is good, it's power, but applied knowledge is even better.
It's
That's
more
where
important.
you're able, it's more.
Having knowledge is not enough. Having knowledge is not enough. You need to use that knowledge.
Exactly. If you don't apply it,
Mhm.
then you're not creating results. And that's the difference between a lot of coaches and consultants out there. We, as our in-house group of team, Armen, myself, and William, we guarantee results if you follow the process.
Of course.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
So we can take all of this knowledge and apply it to our benefit for sure.
Definitely. Yes, Gagan, of course. Okay, now let's go to psychological issues regarding number 7. So the number indicates the fear of achieving a success, becoming famous, popular, receiving recognition, and on the other hand, a person who can be taken advantage of. Such a person cannot say no without feeling guilty, or yes without anger that he was or she was forced to answer like that. Fear of achieving goals, receiving recognition, can be taken advantage of, afraid to start something new. Guys, here I want to do a small lip pause and another advice for me. If you have number 7, if your day of birth is number 7 or numbers equals to 7, so try to learn to say no. Okay, this is very important because if you can't say no, then later you will, I'm sure, pretty sure you will regret about that. Okay, because you will start to do things that you're not meant to do, and this is how it works. Okay, first of all, let's start to learn how to say no. If you have kids, especially kids, learn them how to say no. Okay, this is important. Okay, now let's go to number 8. If you have number 8 as your day of birth, or it equals to number 8, it talks about being irresponsible, cunning, dishonest, judging all the time, judging others and herself as well, himself or herself, having guilt and shame, self flagellation, self criticism, okay, unreasonable and being unreasonable and biased. And sometimes these people think that they are always right and the whole world is wrong. Okay, so this is how they can behave and having such kind of negative traits. If you have number 8, so your psychological issues can be like actually this number speaks of problems with self perception as a person. Okay, carries information that a person is overwhelmed with guilt and is prone to self-criticism, too much self-criticism. In some cases, it may indicate fear of punishment for sins, and as a rule, for those that he himself has invented, and not those that he actually committed. Okay? Now let's go to, okay, last but not least is number 9. So if your day of birth equals to 9, or it's not, it's 9. So your negative traits can be being a superficial, has a fear of old age and loneliness, fear of building personal relationships, can be closed heart, emotional stiffness, coldness, touchiness, loneliness, depression, everything can be related to this number. And also tendency to fall into depression, like constantly. Okay, these people can constantly, they have such a schedule that is inside of them, and they can constantly fall into depression. So regarding psychological issues of this number, the number speaks of the fear of loneliness, or the fear that one cannot do anything alone. The person feels doomed. Additionally, it informs about complexes associated with an underestimation of oneself and one's knowledge. The person believes that he or she is more stupid than others, mainly those who are in his closest circle, in his closest society. The problems that this number signals can also concern a person's spirituality, his attitude towards elders, and the inability to use the experience gained, which further aggravates the self-esteem of the individual. Long story short, guys, number 9 has a lot of actually this number contains all previous numbers from 1 to 8. Okay, and usually this kind of thing, this kind of people who has number 9, they think that they need to learn more in order to present. They need whether they completed 2, 3 bachelors, like 2 masters, 3 bachelors, 2 PhDs, etc. For them, it's not enough. They still think they need to learn more in order to present, in order to help others, in order to believe in themselves. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how can be if the number is activated as a negative, activated the negative side of this program. So we have completed numbers from 1 to 9, and we covered all negative traits and all psychological issues that you can have on base of your day of birth. Okay,
which is fascinating, because this is like the tip of an iceberg. People can do a good, short, simple self-assessment with the positive trait and the negative psychological issues that can come up just with the day of birth, and be a little bit more prepared and in control of their own behaviors, right? Whether those behaviors of your own in a work situation, or family, or relationship situations, or relationship with money. What I love about the numerology aspect is then you go to the month, then you can have another layer added to it.
More information,
Yes. Right? You become more knowledgeable, more aware, there is more clarity that starts to come in. And people have these issues like everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to create wealth. we were talking about, earlier how expensive it is to live in the United States. People who don't live in the United States, they have this like a fairy tale kind of a reality or perception, but the reality is very different, right? And we were talking about retirement earlier before we started the session, that my financial advisor who manages my portfolios, he was telling me, Gagan, you have to work till 72 to be comfortable. And I'm like, dude, you're asking me to work for 21 more years. And I'm telling the public, and I'm putting it out in the universe, I want to retire in the next 5 years so that I can truly enjoy my life. I don't want to worry about money. I don't want to worry about bills. I don't want to worry about, whatever life brings at me. So I want to create enough resources, multiple streams of income, and understanding my money code, which has a millionaire code in there. I want to activate that. And if I see my own personal track record of my career, my past experiences that can help me create a better path forward, it doesn't define me. It allows me to create something bigger for myself. Then I can align it in the right direction, right channels. I can bring the right partnerships. I can work on the better projects. And it's all thanks to the awareness that I have received from Chinese metaphysics, various modalities, and karmic numerology. And I cannot tell you enough that we are coming to our 1 year anniversary on Mother's Day next month, when we started the channel and doing weekly live streams. So if you are new to our channel, and if you are enjoying today's session, how many people do you believe could value from our team and from the topics that we share? If you don't know that, just go through the YouTube channel and go through some videos and different playlists that can tell you what do we talk about. It's all about high achievement, but the area needs to be your choice. You want high achievement in health, in your career, in your businesses, in your organizations, in your relationships. You get to choose because you are in control. And we become your co-pilots, your transformational coaches to help you get to the next level. So I highly encourage you all to subscribe to our channel. If you are new to our channel, please like and share this video and share it with your family and friends, and come hang out with us in our Telegram channel, because that channel is, let me take you to the next slide so that you can have a QR code. That channel is actually our main hub of communication. We have a good community there. Some people will chime in and ask some questions or give us feedback, or just tell us what they're thinking of. So I encourage you all to participate and be a part of that channel, and let us know what your questions are so that we can guide you forward in your life, in your career. And I want Armen to talk about what he feels, that what is karmic numerology and what does he get there from that level. And
Okay. Thank you, Gagan. So, guys, previously I talked a lot about what is karmic numerology, but in a short, I would say that karmic numerology is one of the directions in numerology world, and this is a more profound one. Why? Because it includes all information about previous incarnations. Also, it includes information about present incarnation and also about future incarnation. Why not? Because using karmic numerology, we can see precisely the strengths and weaknesses of person, hidden talents, karmic programs and tasks, opportunities and challenges in 5 spheres of life, which is important to know in order to succeed, in order to do that quantum leap in your life. So karmic numerology also indicates person's karmic lessons, so programs from lineages, because lineage has a direct connection, direct influence in our lives. And this is also important to know what kind of programs do you have. it shows fatal mistakes from previous incarnations and 6 great missions in the current incarnations as well. So in sorry, in karmic numerology, we use there are different kinds of matrices. Of course, I'm pretty sure you or you have seen different types. But in this program, we use the pentagram, the 5-angle star, and here we can see 4 lineage programs. We see the highest mission of our soul, fatal mistake from previous incarnation, and great missions from present incarnation, current incarnation. In our also it indicates, it shows the money triangle. And in our upcoming live stream, masterclass, which will be conducted from April 25th to 27th, we'll be more focused on money triangle, money codes, and money programs. Money triangle, it shows, it is this side. Okay, at this side of the matrix. And here, as you can see, we have a lot of numbers. Each number shows a certain program, certain codes, tasks. And when we combine these numbers together, we can identify what kind of profession is suitable for this person, what kind of activities this person should do in order to activate the positive side of the program. Immediately, the money will flow, okay? The shift will happen, okay? And how can you do that? You need to be aware. You need to get familiar with your money codes. All the information is hidden here. Now, first of all, guys, if you want to get, if you want to be financially, to get financial freedom, first of all, you need to get familiar with your money triangle, money programs. You need to get to choose the right direction in your professional field and activate the positive side of the program, each program, as I mentioned earlier. Later, you will get financial freedom, first of all, because your job will become your hobby and hobby will become your job. Why? Because sometimes when we do our sessions, like when we uncovering all hidden programs, everything that is included in Money Triangle, you will immediately, you will have that insights immediately how you should figure it out, what's going on in your life regarding money matters and what to do. Okay, so constant growth. Later, you will get that insights, and immediately you will start to do. You will start to have a constant growth in your finance, which is equal to quantum leap. Okay. And as I said, we're gonna conduct a masterclass from April 25th to 27th, 3 days. And during the first day, we're gonna be more focused on individual financial codes and programs. The second day, it's gonna be about individual destiny code. And third day, it's about wealth number and money code calculation and activations. And moreover, guys, adding to this, during these 3 days, you will learn how to do simple but very effective consultations and start to make money along the way. During these days, I will explain you how to do that, how to market, how to do marketing stuff regarding this, how to use this information, because we're going to give you not only the recordings of our sessions, but also we're going to share with you PDF files where you can find all the information, and all you need to do is to do certain calculations and only to read, just read what is presented, and in that way you're going to do the consultations. If you're interested in numerology, if you are interested helping people, if you want to help yourself, first of all, your family members, your friends, colleagues, peers, etc. So this is one way to do that, one of the ways to do that. And believe me, 3 days is enough to have basic information, basic knowledge regarding numerology, money codes, money programs, and the way how to do the activations. Okay? And okay,
Armen,
this. Yes.
Let me share a few things here. The Karmic Numerology Masterclass that you are the master trainer in, called Unlocking the Secrets of Wealth, which is upcoming. But I'll tell
Yes.
you, you definitely give enough information and knowledge and content, that people can take and they can start this to make money as a side gig. Okay, which is fabulous, for a lot of people, and especially people outside the United States. If they want a little bit of extra income, they can absolutely. It'll get them to that confident space to pick up the phone and tell somebody what they're doing. But what I love about the content and the curriculum that you have been sharing, not only in these live streams and in our Telegram channel or on YouTube, but in the masterclass that you bring in this information of wealth and knowledge, it's basically self awareness. If people take the content and the knowledge and apply it to themselves first, and this is just who I am, I personally feel that when you create your own personal experience in something or about something or with someone or about someone, that self awareness is a very pure and honest testimonial of when you go and tell somebody, hey, I learned karmic numerology and I learned about my money code. This is amazing information. You should learn it too. Then that referral, that sharing that you do comes from your soul and is very authentic. So I tell people I don't refer or I don't share or I don't promote a product or a person or a program unless I have used it myself, unless I have my own personal awakening or an achievement or a result, so that I can then promote it. So the reason we are promoting the masterclass is because it creates results. It has created like amazing testimonials, especially when the course is being taught in English. So let me tell our audience that Armen has conducted this masterclass in Armenian language last year with over 250 students. And he continues to teach that in his language in Yerevan and in that country in his language. We are trying to bring his knowledge, his wisdom, his application and transformations that he's creating in his country to English speaking modalities and countries. Okay. So this is an opportunity that people shouldn't miss, because he's doing a wonderful workshop for professionals in human resources. That's where his main target audience is. Next week, trying to teach them how can you use metaphysical modalities like Chinese metaphysics and use that in corporate world, in hiring, in leadership development, in transforming your employees or developing leaders from within your organizations. But he's going to teach it in Armenian language. So now we have the opportunity and a blessing to learn in English. And the students who went through the last masterclass have great testimonials to share. That one of the students said that it has changed her perspective in life. She never knew that there was a way to activate the financial aspect of her life. Everything that Armen has shared is accurate. And every time he says something, we are nodding, because we are nodding subconsciously that, oh, that makes sense, right? So it has helped our students that it is possible to manage and remove the money blocks and create success and wealth and abundance in their life. Another student shared that the masterclass was super cool and it was very informative. Armen knows what he's saying, which we all know. He knows what he knows, and everything is accurate and not confusing. That's where I think our partnership and collaboration is very successful, where William will ask certain questions and Armen will respond. And then I'll add something and we will ask, like, okay, what does that mean? So, this live, interactive, experiential learning opportunity that is going to happen next weekend is a great learning platform and opportunity for you guys to really understand your own money codes and see what is it that you have to do in order to open the gates for your money to come in. So another student said that it offers the masterclass offers a transformative foundation for understanding and delving deeply into the principles of karmic numerology, empowering you to explain how your numbers hold the potential to guide and improve various aspects of life. And yes, we are going to talk about the money triangle and the money in the whole matrix. We focus on money first, but we do seep into other areas like your destiny code and a couple of other things. And Armen is very generous with his sharing, so people were very impressed. So this masterclass provided me with a profound opportunity to explore and understand karmic numerology in a completely new, transformative way. It shifted my perspective, deepened my understanding, and opened my eyes to the greater meaning and significance behind the concepts of karma and numerology. My two favorite words, karma and numerology, and I love this. So this was shared by another student who was live in our class last month. So if you want to unlock your secrets of success, and if you are ready to master your money and unlock various other income streams, I highly encourage you all to come join our transformative workshop designed to help you take charge and elevate your financial future. So don't just take our word for it. You just heard me share some of our social proof and testimonials from the last masterclass. I would encourage you, if you fall in any of these categories, this masterclass is for you. So if you've been feeling that something is wrong with your finances, it's like no matter how much you try, you are just on that hamster wheel. Let us help you get off of that wheel and create your income streams. If you're doing everything, you're working hard, but there's no positive cash flow, you're always under, this is for you. And if you are tired of a job and you're not happy and you're looking for other ways, I'm not saying quit your job and put yourself or your family in financial stress. I'm saying take the masterclass so that you can have a different perspective and see how can you create an exit plan out of your job, or you might have a different perspective where you find new energy and new joy in your current situation. So if you are on a maternity leave or you are on another leave and you don't mind adding extra gig or learning a new modality, you're attracted to numbers, this class is for you so that you can gain more clarity, have more confidence, and create more success for yourself. So during these 3 days, you will learn what prevents you from achieving your financial success. That was a priceless information for me. The validation that comes from my chart, my matrix, that am I on the right path or not? And I love quantum leaps. That's my favorite piece. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to work for another 20 years to retire. I want a quantum leap. And my money matrix is telling me, here is how you can make the quantum leap. And so you can. So you can also make quantum leaps, but you need to be in the masterclass. So with that said, I think that is great information to let people know that you will be able to activate your money programs. Because if you have an awareness and you know what is missing and you know what you can do to activate your numbers, you're going to have great success. Some people can activate and see results in like 7 days. Some might take a month. Some might take 90 days. But within 90 days, if you keep following your plan, what you're supposed to be doing, you will be able to create results for yourself. Okay. So with that said, I encourage you to start your journey with us on the masterclass that we are offering next week, please scan this QR code and let us know how we can help you. The class is only $75, and that's actually valued at almost $500 worth of content. The price will not stay the same forever. I'm just giving you some advance notice, but we will be actually moving to the next content after next month, so that this is the last time we're going to hold the live masterclass for this particular modality, where you can unlock the secrets of your wealth using the money matrix. So come join us, be a part of our live class, and let us know if there's any other questions in the comments below, or if you want to have clarity on like what else is happening. The class will be for 3 days. It starts at 9 a.m. Dallas, Texas Standard Time. Let me see if I can actually share my screen.
While you are sharing, Gagan, let me add another thing. Guys, if you have any questions regarding Masterclass, please reach out to us. You can write any questions, like in in our Telegram channel as well. Join our Telegram channel, write your questions, we will answer you. And also, guys, believe me that this investment, like $75 investment, the return on investment, it's like 3 days. Why? Because during these 3 days, you will learn how to do small but effective consultations. Let's say each consultation will be $10 or $15. Okay, so just do the calculation, how many consultations you need to do in order to get back those money. So the investment is it's really it's very valuable. Okay, this offer is is valuable for you, so don't hesitate. Just scan this QR code and enroll in course. Okay.
I'll tell you, the value is priceless to me. Yes, we have to charge for your knowledge and wisdom. You've spent close to what, $30,000 towards your education, and spent almost 20 years in the career field. And for me, I've been doing metaphysical practices for 15 years, and I've been in the corporate world, and higher education has been my forte, and training and development has been my forte. But I'll tell you, the information that you share in this masterclass is priceless to me, because I've got a large family. I'm able to take this knowledge and apply it to not only to myself, but to my children, to my friends, to my clients. You have no idea how many clients have said, can you please plot our matrix and tell us what we're supposed to do for the quantum leap? I'm like, sure, here is the bill first.
Of course.
But if you can come to a masterclass and learn it for yourself, that's the true empowerment right there. To understand what mistakes I made in my previous life that caused X, Y, or Z as a result, I shouldn't be repeating those. That's a priceless information for me. To understand that I need to use my voice to create my wealth, that's an amazing realization. But those were validation. There are a lot of things that I have passed my programs as per our master teacher here. He's looked at my charts and said, Gagan, you've passed A, B, C, D, all of these programs. Here is what you need to focus on. I'm like, ooh, I like that. So I use Armen as my coach as well. So why wouldn't you? So that's my ending here. Please scan the QR code. Come join us. This will be a game changer for you as you learn what are the karmic programs you must pass, and what are the negative traits of your money code that you should not activate to create your wealth and abundance. Until next time, this is Gagan Sarkaria signing off. Have a blessed weekend, and we will see you next week in the masterclass. Bye now.
Bye, guys.